jump right in. We'd like to welcome the winner of the 2022 3M Open, Tony Finau. Tony, congratulations on your third career PGA Tour title. With the win, move up to 17th in the FedEx Cup. I don't even know how to begin to explain what exactly happened in the last couple hours.
Golly.
So that's what you're here to do. Congratulations, and take it away.
Yeah, thanks, Doug. I appreciate that. It's awesome to get my third win here in Minnesota at the 3M Open. Golf tournament that I've loved, though I've always come back ever since they've had it here. And man, talking about the last few hours, I think I'm still trying to catch up. I'm still trying to figure out, I think the win is finally settling in, and I was just chasing all day. That's all I remember, really all week. Scott played amazing golf, and the thing about out here, I just know with the experience that I have, you just have to keep playing. Anything can happen, and that's what I did. And when I really needed to hole putts, I did. Starting on 11, again on 14, 15, 16. I made some really crucial putts when I really needed them, and then a little bit of some heroics down the stretch on 17 and 18. A crazy bounce on 17. I called bank in the air, so I think that cancels everything out. But I did get a great bounce there, and I took advantage of that. But it was quite a different feeling when I got on the 17th tee, because I was just I thought I was almost chasing 20 under all day, I felt like. It seemed like Scott wasn't letting up all tournament. So to all of a sudden have the lead, I will say, I got quite nervous on 17 just because it was a whole different field on how the week was going. I never was near the lead. I was near the top of the leaderboard, but I was never within 4 or 5 shots. All of a sudden, I was the one leading the golf tournament. So, sometimes you got to learn how to play with a lead. And it was a tournament that I didn't know I was going to be in that situation. A couple squirrely shots on 17 and 18, but I willed my way in and really happy to get that W.
There were a lot of highlights. I'm going to take questions. I just have one more question for him real quick. A lot of highlights throughout the week, but one of the ones that I thought was really special was here at the end with Scott coming up to you with the congratulations hug. I know you've been on both sides of things before. You came out on the good side. How cool was that for Scott to have come up and shown you the deserved respect that he gave you with that?
Yeah, Scott Piercy is awesome. I've known him for a very long time. We go back to 2007. Playing in the Ultimate Game together. I was 17 years old, and he had won that tournament, but I've known him for about that long, 15 years, over 15 years now. So we've had a good relationship for a long time, and it means everything to me. That's the great thing about our sport, I feel like, is, again, I've been on that side of it where, you take your hat off and you just congratulate the guy that gets the job done, because it takes a lot. It's tough to win out here. I think I'm about as good as example as any on how tough it is to close to seal the deal. Mm-hmm. So anytime you win one, it's awesome to get the respect of the guys that you're playing against. And I was really happy to see Scott, and he was genuinely happy for me, which I think makes our game so great.
Absolutely, great answer. Well, with that, take questions, and we'll start with Jerry right over here. Or here.
Yeah. Yeah, I finished with a 66 last week, and I just, I knew I was playing well, and I made a clutch putt on Friday just to make the cut, and then I kind of pushed my way up towards the middle of the pack, and I finished 28th last week, but it was like a good 28th. I kind of struggled all week, and then to kind of backdoor a top 30, I shot 66 on Sunday, and anytime you can do that in a major championship setup, I think it gives you some confidence, and so I just kind of knew my game was good going into this week, and I played about as clean as a tournament as I've ever played from tee to green. I hit a lot of fairways, I hit a lot of greens, and I stayed patient with my putter. It didn't go my way a lot, really all week. I didn't make a lot of putts, but when I really needed them today, they fell, and I think again it goes back to your question. Last week I made a lot of putts on Sunday, and out here, if you want to pick a day that you want putts to fall, Sunday's probably the best day.
Jerry?
When did you start to think that the tournament might be there for somebody other than Scott? Was it not until the 17th tee?
I didn't see a leaderboard until 16 green. When I made that putt on 15, I thought that could be maybe to tie the tied for the lead, maybe still one back. I didn't know what happened at 14. I still don't know what happened at 14, but obviously something happened. Because when I got to 16 green, and I look over to the left of 16 green, I had a 3-shot lead. And my heart almost skipped a beat. I couldn't believe it. I said, wait a sec here. So I thought that was a really nice up and down I had on 16. To give myself the cushion coming into 17, 18, anything can happen. Again, my ball striking is something I relied on all week. And unfortunately, my short game is the one that saved me on a day like today, where I didn't hit it quite as good. But down the stretch, I got up and down on 17. And then, the 2-putt I needed on 18 to win the tournament was big as well.
Tony, you've talked about your family all week. I see them in the back. Just how special is it to share it with them? I know they're all here this week.
Yeah, it's incredibly special to have my wife and my kids here. As my wife dabs at me. Yeah, they travel with me all season this year, pretty much every tournament. I can, on my hand, I can count how many times they weren't with me throughout this season. So they were pretty much traveled with me, and so to get a win with them here just means everything. It's an amazing feeling to walk off a green, know you won the tournament, and walk right into your family, your kids' arms. I mean, it's quite a special feeling. It's something I've thought about and dreamed about for a long time. For that to come to fruition for me and my family today is pretty amazing. So I'm humbled by it, and hopefully my kids will remember this for a long time.
Tony, after you made the putt on 17th, you kind of grabbed your chest a little bit. Was that just kind of this sigh of relief after making that, or what?
No question. I double-crossed my shot on 17, which is why I went so far. It started to ride the wind. I tried to hit a hold shot to hit it up towards the middle of the green, and again, I've been swinging beautifully all week. There's no reason I couldn't trust that shot, and I made a bad swing at the wrong time, and I just got lucky. Sometimes you get bounces that go your way, and I've had many times in that situation or near the top of the leaderboard where I needed a bounce and I got the bad bounce. So nice to see that I got a good bounce today, and was able to just capitalize on it. I still had a pretty squirrely lie just to get up and down, and I was happy to get that one down in 3.
Tony, when you won the Northern Trust and then Puerto Rico, was your family there for those as well?
No, this is the first one my family's been at.
Okay, so this is different for that reason then. So you
guys, this one I'll remember for really forever. I didn't have them there with me either one of my 2 wins, so this one's extremely special. To witness this with my kids, have them witness me winning on the 18th green. Again, it's kind of what dreams are made of, and for that to come to fruition for me and our family today is very special.
And then one other one, if I could. You've had some close calls this year, a couple T2s, a T4 at Charles Schwab. Does this mean a little more with some near misses, close calls this year now that you finally got one here?
Yeah, all the wins mean a lot, but for sure, after I won the Northern Trust, I knew I had a lot of confidence that I wasn't going to have to wait another 5 years to get one. You earn them out here. That's just how it is. My game is as good as it's ever been, and really in all aspects. And so, I expected myself to contend and win again this year. And so to be able to do it this late in the season, when you're running out of tournaments, and you put that type of expectation on yourself, it's so satisfying. That's what makes the game so great. So satisfying when you get the job done, because you know that it doesn't happen very often. But this one's very special.
Do you keep many balls, and are you keeping the one that bounded off the corporate tent and came back?
Say that again?
I said, do you keep many balls from signature moments in your career? Are you keeping the one that bounced off the tent and stayed safe on 17?
I'm not a ball keeper. I might have given that one away, honestly. Yeah, I mean, I gave it a nice kiss though after the 17th green. Yeah, I'm not really a ball keeper. I have some, like, my infamous hole-in-one at the Masters in 18 where I sprained my ankle. I actually have that golf ball. I don't know why, but there are a couple that I have, but I can't say I'm a huge collector. But that one, again, I think it's going to go down as one of the luckiest shots, however you want to look at it. But at the end of the day, again, sometimes you need the bounces, and I got that one today.
So this one might already be gone?
Yeah, potentially. Yeah, it might potentially be gone. I think I might have given it to the scorekeeper, but
Tony, Tony, you've been mentioning all week the Airbnb you're staying in on the back nine with your family. You said you've been fishing a lot with your kids. Is there a correlation between being in a good headspace off the course and when you come in and have a week like this?
Yeah, I've always, my dad taught me when I was young, when you're on the golf course, you're here. When you're off the golf course, you're not at the golf course anymore. You're there. So I've learned how to do that pretty much my whole life. So it helps me a lot when I'm off the golf course and I'm with my family. I kind of forget about golf, which is big for me, especially when you're in moments like this. It can consume you and start eating at you if you allow it. But what I learned having my family out is it takes me away from golf, off the golf course. I'm a husband, I'm a dad, I'm their friend. I try to have a good time with them. We go fishing, but all that allows me to just be a dad and not worry about the golf part. And then when I get on the golf course, it's all business. I'm ready to play golf. But it's nice to have those different hats, especially when you're facing immense pressure like I was really all week and today.
Going off that, facing immense pressure, what type of pressure is that? Where do you feel that pressure? Where did that come from this week?
Yeah, well, honestly, I didn't know that I was the highest ranked player in this field until pretty much on Wednesday. And I read something and I was favored to win. And for some reason that just all of a sudden put some added expectation and pressure on myself. I knew I was playing well, but then it was just oh, well, this is a crazy situation because if you win, everybody expected it. If you don't win, everybody's why didn't he? Well, he can't win, right? So I think just that added, for some reason, on Wednesday, there was this added expectation that and I know how golf is. That doesn't mean anything. Everybody starts from scratch on hole one. But to be able to be the top ranked player, to play like I did, to win, breeds a lot of confidence for me. I know I have what it takes when I play well to win golf tournaments, no matter what magnitude, but you still have to win them to keep that type of confidence. And
is there anything you'd attribute? And your results the second half of the season have been much better. You've contended a lot more than you did in the first half of the season. Is there anything in particular you'd attribute that to?
Yeah, I changed my setup a little bit. I think anyone that follows me closely noticed it was kind of like the week of match play, where I kind of found something in my swing that I could address, helped me aim better, I think. I'm not going to go into too many details, but I do think that allowed me to swing more freely. Sometimes that's all it takes is a little setup change, and all of a sudden some things are going your way. You start hitting it better, thinking less over it. And so I would say my ball striking has been elite since that time, and it was just a minor setup in my golf swing. And I think it's just kind of bled its way throughout this second half of the season and right into this win.
And what does it mean just in general to be coming down the stretch as an athlete, to channel that energy and pull it off and feel those vibes of what it's like being in the mix on a Sunday on the PGA Tour?
Yeah, no question. Winning is a process, and I think we've heard that before by a lot of great champions, but it really is. I feel like this has been stirring up, for me, learning about the swing and the little changes that I made. You just continue to learn about it, and when you start executing shots under pressure in other tournaments, no matter the situation, and you're oh, that works, this works, that doesn't work. So I try to be a student of the game. I have been my whole life. My golf swing is something that I've worked just extremely hard on. I wouldn't say I have a natural ability to swing the golf club since I was a kid. I do think I swing the club pretty athletically, but I haven't always felt like I've worked extremely hard to get my golf swing to where it is. It's not a natural thing for me to swing a golf club. So to get to a point where I do feel like my ball striking is really good, it humbles me because it's just taken so much trial and error to get it to where it is. And all these little gems that you find, whether in setup, whatever it may be, are huge. And then it bleeds you right into a day like today where you're not thinking as much, you're hitting shots, and when you execute them down the stretch, it feels amazing.
Okay, finish up here.
Tony, winning, what does that change for you in terms of your schedule the rest of the year playing up to the playoffs?
Yeah, my schedule's not going to change. I'm going to play next week in Detroit, see if we can keep this horse rolling. But I'll take the week off of Wyndham and then right into the playoffs. So it's nice. It's nice to have jumped from now. Did you say 17?
Yep.
From I think I was entering the week at 30th in the FedEx Cup to now 17th. That's winning takes care of everything. And those guys at the top of that FedEx Cup are going to be extremely hard to pass. But the great thing about the playoffs is they're triple points. So those tournaments mean a lot in the grand scheme of the FedEx Cup playoffs. And now I put myself in a situation where I win some of those tournaments coming home, and I'm going to have a chance at East Lake. So this was extremely important on that journey to try and win a FedEx Cup.
Yeah. All right. Well, Tony, congratulations on the win. Have a
Thank
great
you.
week. Thank you.